This is Blue Gold News Now, your spot for current events, campus news, and everything in between. Now, live from Tower's basement, it's BNN with our hosts Alex Rubio and Marissa Day.
Good evening, I'm Alex Rubio.
And I'm Marissa Day.
Coming up tonight, a new canine was welcomed into the Barron County Police Department.
But first, an armed robbery occurred off campus on Monday, October 2nd. Campus security alerted UW-Eau Claire students of an armed robbery on Monday around 12:30 p.m. The robbery occurred at the Wisconsin Credit Union off of Craig Road and Claremont Avenue that afternoon. Eau Claire police say that a handgun was displayed and that no injuries were reported. The suspect fled the scene before police arrived on what appeared to be a black motorcycle. Wisconsin Credit Union stated that all member accounts remained secured at the Claremont branch. The branch plans to reopen as soon as possible, but in the meantime, members can use Wisconsin online for their banking needs or visit another branch.
The streets of Chippewa Falls will be covered with pink ribbons this week to celebrate Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The 13th annual Paint the Town Pink event hopes to bring the community together and raise awareness for this all-important cause. On Thursday, October 5th, several businesses will be taking part in the event, with several activities being held throughout the day. From wine tasting, prizes, car shows, and this event seems to be a great and exciting way to spend the day in the sun and raise awareness and money for a good cause. All proceeds from the Paint the Town Pink merchandise sales help fund breast cancer research.
That sounds like a really great charity event, Alex.
No, honestly, I think we were actually talking about it in CJ 351 today.
We were talking about it in class. It's a really cool initiative, and Nicole, our professor, seems super excited about it.
Yeah, I always love when different organizations kind of like take over downtown areas. I mean, I feel like that's kind of what they're meant for, you know, trying to like tie the community together with using initiatives like this. And I think it'll be a really cool event if people can go out to Chippewa Falls and check it out.
I'm excited to see how that turns out.
Me too.
BNN will return with information on the Business of Sports Symposium.
And more after this short break.
The University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire hosted their second Business of Sports Symposium back on September 22nd.
Every 2 years, hundreds of students crowd the third floor of Davie Center, where a panel of UWEC alumni shared their stories to the students aspiring similar careers. During the 2023 symposium, students were able to talk one-on-one with the alumni and ask any questions they wanted, as well as get their business cards and reach out for internships opportunities. Brewer Duran, the dean of the College of Business, says the last time they hosted the symposium, many students were able to obtain internship opportunities, which led to full-time jobs post-graduation. And she was excited to see it happen all again this year.
We're a D3 school, so our students are not going on to become pro players, but they're going on to become big players in the front offices of big-time sports. And so we wanted to expose those people, to bring them back to campus, to expose those people to our students who want to stay in sports and don't know how to get there.
13 UWEC alumni came to the event and shared their stories about how they came to work in the front offices of collegiate, amateur, and professional sports organizations with students. The next sports symposium is currently in the planning process. Now, speaking of the business of sports, Alex, I've kind of been in the business of sports lately.
I heard about that. I heard that there was a secret pipeline from BNN over to sideline reporting.
Happened to be, yep. I might have been victim to that pipeline. I've had a blast sideline reporting for Blue Gold football this season so far.
It sounds like a really exciting opportunity. I just don't know enough about football in order to do that.
I didn't think I would either. I've been watching a lot more football. I think it's really given me an appreciation, a newfound appreciation.
Oh, I for sure see that. Are you guys going to be
exciting.
sideline reporting for the homecoming game?
As a matter of fact, we are, Alex, and that leads perfectly into our next story tonight.
Look at that.
It's homecoming week at UW-Eau Claire, and this year's celebration is a little different than past years. The University Activities Commission has planned some new events to help get Blue Golds into the homecoming spirit. In addition to the return of homecoming royalty campaigns, the Blue Gold Medallion Hunt, and Varsity Night Live at 7 p.m. on Thursday, the UAC will be hosting a homecoming dance this Friday from 6:30 to 9 p.m., featuring Uncommon Denominator as the headliner in Zorn Arena. The UW-Eau Claire homecoming football game will be at Carson Park on Saturday, October 7th. Kickoff is at 1:10 p.m. against the UW River Falls Falcons. For more information about homecoming at UW-Eau Claire, check out the University Activities Commission on Instagram at uwec.uac.
Barron County welcomes a new protector to their police department this week. This officer is much fluffier than other officers and brings many tail wags, keen hearing, and natural instincts to the force. Cairo, a 1-year-old Dutch Shepherd mix, took to the streets this week with his partner, Deputy Carroll, just a few nights ago, after weeks of long, hard training. Cairo graduated as top dog in his class, I'm sure, and paired up with his partner, ready to protect and serve. Barron County has been made just a bit safer this week as Deputy Carroll and Deputy K9 Cairo take to the streets.
How exciting! Oh my gosh, a new K9.
No, I've always like really enjoyed like when I see a police officer like walking with a dog. It feels like they really have just like this really good like trained chemistry between them, and it's always good to see.
It's for sure, and it really makes you wonder. You know, it's not a wonder that they say a dog is man's best friend.
Mm-hmm. And you'd never catch my dog out there though. He's not very good at anything really. He's very lazy, so he wouldn't be very good at that job. I feel like.
My dog either. Funny enough, my Cocker Spaniel Poodle mix would not be a very good guard dog or police dog in that matter. She'd probably be told to chase a criminal, and she'd think he had a ball for her to fetch.
My parents always said that our old dog Sam, if a robbery ever happened, would just show the robbers where all the good stuff was, because
Exactly.
that's kind of how labs are.
Exactly.
But coming up after this break, Epilogue is back, and Marissa and I will be sharing our favorite books. Welcome back, everyone, to Epilogue, where this semester we won't just look into movies, but are expanding to include books.
Yay, BNN Book Club! In this semester's run of Epilogue, Alex and I will take a look at some of our favorite books and new releases. This week, we delve into our personal favorite books.
Indeed. First up, we have my favorite book, The Heroes of Olympus, The House of Hades. In this book, Percy Jackson and his girlfriend, Annabeth Chase, fall into the depths of Tartarus, a hell-like landscape where perilous threats hide behind every corner. To escape this pit, they will need the help of their friends to get to the doors of death and return to the surface world.
Sounds intense, Alex.
It is a very intense book. I remember when I got the book, it was back I think when my sophomore year of high school. I got the book in hand and I finished it in one night.
Wow.
Which it was a lot of pages, but I didn't really sleep a lot that night.
I get it.
It was like when a new Percy Jackson book dropped, and I'm sure you can kind of get behind this as well. When a new book dropped that you were really into, it was just getting into the bookstore, the smell of the new books,
yes,
and having one in hand, and then going home and you're just reading it on the way home. You're reading it during dinner. You're reading it after dinner. And House of Hades was that for me. It was a special book. I remember so many moments from that book, and it's imprinted, lives rent free in my mind.
I love that. Well, and you know it's a good book when you're not sleeping and you're trying to stay up and read as much as you can.
Yeah, when you got the light on, and then the parents are like, "Oh, go to bed," and you're like, "All right, turn the light off."
You tuck the covers over.
Yeah,
you.
exactly, with the flashlight.
Exactly.
But it's a very exciting book, and I'm sure that you can share the same sentiment with your favorite book.
Yeah. Next up is my favorite book. It's actually called Book Lovers. So when a cutthroat literary agent finds herself stuck in a small town with the grumpy editor she despises, Nora Stevens knows she isn't anything like the heroines in small town love stories. She's not sweet or unassuming, and she definitely doesn't own a Christmas tree farm or a quaint B&B. I really liked Nora Stevens in general. So she's a literary editor, which is so fun because I love to read and I love to write and I love to give people advice on writing. So I identified with her a lot. She is a bit more grumpy than I am, but it's kind of endearing. It works for Nora. And the guy that she likes or whatever, his name is Charlie Lastra. And she doesn't like him at first. It's an enemies to lovers type thing. Terrible first impression. But solid romance trope. I'm a big fan of the enemies to lovers. And I read it this summer, and it was a really great fit, honestly, for summer reading. And it takes place in a really cute small town. So, I mean, what's not to love, right?
I can feel that, the energy of what is it, the sun is shining, you're just outside sitting on a chair, just with a lemonade or water, and you're just reading outside. That definitely, the summer reads vibe is definitely a good energy to have.
It was totally a front porch read. I'm sitting on my front porch with a glass of lemonade. I made homemade lemonade in the spirit of the small town. So fun, such a blast. So it was perfect for those late August nights where I'm sitting on my porch bug zapper going. Everything is like quintessential reading weather.
And so I'm really excited to talk about books this year because
Yes.
when I looked up epilogue and the definition, I realized that it can be like all-inclusive to lots of different things. So this year I'm very excited to include books and see some new releases. We're definitely going to be sticking with movies for all of you who enjoyed that part of it, but we will definitely be including some of our favorite books.
I'm so excited about it, and I love to read. I love movies, but I love to read.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, a book is just basically a movie that you just see in your mind as you read across the pages.
Exactly. I couldn't have said it better myself, Alex. Well, that's all we have for you tonight.
Join us next week for your latest news, updates, and weather.
Make sure to check out TV10 on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. I'm Marissa Day.
And I'm Alex Rubio. Thank you, and good night.